Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a blessed day. It's a bit cooler today. It's a bit warm, but it's a bit cool. It's cooler than what it was, I think. A little bit. Doesn't feel as warm in my flat, thank God. Yeah, yeah, not been up to a lot today really. Slept in actually. I think it's because I lack of sugar, I don't think I've had enough sugar in the past few days. So I think that's what's made me sleep. Lack of sugar. I've had really low level sugar, even for normal levels. It's been too low. So yeah, I've just had the old the old bottle of cherry coke. So that's helped a bit. I feel okay now. Today I'm just doing some washing. So I need to do some washing. I need to have a shower tonight. Got to do the washing up. Yeah, that's basically my day today, guys. Just taking it easy. Got to eat something soon as well. There ain't that much today. I've only had a cheese toasty today. But when it's hot, whenever it's hot, I don't feel like eating. I have to force myself to eat. I don't know why. I just don't feel like I need as much energy, kind of thing. It's one of them. I just don't when it's a hot day. But yeah, I do need to eat, so I'm gonna have to force myself to eat soon. Yeah, guys, I've decided the sort of build I want to be. This is a bit ambitious. Like I don't want to be this. I don't want to be his build, but that'd be impossible with my bad back. It'd be impossible anyway. But I want to be like. I want not a similar build because I'll never get a similar build to him. But the sort of build I want is like what I'd ideally have if I could choose a build. Like I could never get into that sort of shape anyway, no matter how hard I tried, because I just ain't got the genetics, and I've got a bad back as well, so I could never get into that sort of shape. But the sort of build I'd ideally have is like an Arnie, like an Arnold build. That'd be the sort of build I'd want. Ideally, do you know what I mean? Slim but built, slim but muscular, kind of thing. That'd be the sort of build I'd want, ideally. Can never get into that sort of shape. I'll never have abs like Arnold. Do you know what I mean? I'll never have abs like him because I've got a bad back. So just roughly, that's the sort of build I want. I'd ideally have. I'm never gonna get into that sort of shape, but that's the sort of build I'd have ideally. Strong but slim kind of thing. That's what I'm gonna work towards. That sort of build. But I'll never get in that sort of shape. Do you know what I mean? Never ever. That'd be impossible with my back and my genetics. It'd be impossible. But yeah, for what I can do, that sort of build basically. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm gonna aim for. That sort of build, slender but strong. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of build I'm gonna aim for. So yeah. But yeah, guys. Not a lot else to say really. I'm gonna do a word for you guys if I can find it. Let me just find it. Romans chapter 2. I think I'll go over. I'll go back to Leviticus soon. I know I've given Leviticus a break. You're probably wondering when I'm going to go back to that. I will go back to it really soon. That'll be the next one I read after this Romans 2. So yeah, let's see if I can I find the energy to do it. I'll try. I might have to do it in 2 parts, so guys, if I get tired. Okay, so we'll see how we go. Right, Romans 2. God's righteous judgment. You therefore have no excuse, you who pass judgment on someone else. For at whatever point you judge another, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgment do the same things. Now we know that God's judgment against those who do such things is based on truth. So when you, a mere human being, pass judgment on them and yet do the same things, do you think you will escape God's judgment? Or do you show contempt for the riches of his kindness, forbearance and patience, not realizing that God's kindness is intended to lead you into repentance? But because of your stubbornness and your unrepentant heart, you are storing up wrath against yourself. For the day of God's wrath, when his righteous judgment will be revealed, God will repay each person according to what they have done. To those who by persistence in doing good seek glory, honor and immortality, he will give eternal life. But for those who are self-seeking and who reject the truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger. There will be trouble and distress for every human being who does evil. First for the Jew, then for the Gentile, but glory, honor, and peace for everyone who does good. First for the Jew, then for the Gentile. For God does not show favoritism. All who sin apart from the law will also perish apart from the law, and all who sin under the law will be judged by the law. For it is not those who hear the law who are righteous in God's sight, but it is those who obey the law who will be declared righteous. Indeed, when Gentiles who do not have the law do by nature things required by the law, they are a law for themselves, even though they do not have the law. They show that the requirements of the law are written on their hearts. Their consciences also bearing witness, and their thoughts sometimes accusing them, and at other times defending them. This will take place on the day when God judges people's secrets through Jesus Christ, as my gospel declares. The Jews and the law. Now you, if you call yourself a Jew, if you rely on the law and boast in God, if you know his will and approve of what is superior, because you are instructed by the law, if you are convinced that you are a guide for the blind, a light for those who are in dark, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of little children, because you have in the law the embodiment of knowledge and truth, you then who teach others, do you not teach yourself? You who preach against stealing, do you steal? You who say that people should not commit adultery, do you commit adultery? You who abhor idols, do you rob temples? You who boast in the law, do you dishonor God by breaking the law? As it is written, God's name is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of you. Circumcision has value if you observe the law, but if you break the law, you have become as though you had not been circumcised. So then, if those who are not circumcised keep the law's requirements, will they not be regarded as though they were circumcised? So then, if those who are not circumcised keep the law's requirements, will they not be regarded as though they were circumcised? The one who is not circumcised physically and yet obeys the law will condemn you, who, even though you the written code and circumcision are a lawbreaker. A person is not a Jew who is only one. A person is not a Jew who is one only outwardly, nor is circumcision merely outward and physical. Merely outward and physical. No, a person is a Jew who is one inwardly, and circumcision is circumcision of the heart by the Spirit, not by the written code. Such a person's praise is not from other people but from God. That's it, guys. That's Romans chapter 2, God's righteous judgment, the Jews and the law. Yeah, that's it. Damn. 1 second. Yeah, I hope you can take something from it. I hope it blessed you in some way. Yeah, I don't know, I worked out yesterday and I feel like I'm already losing it, guys. Look at that. I'm already losing my muscle already. It's because I ain't been eating much. That's what it is. It's because I ain't been eating enough. That's what it is, really. But I'm still reasonably strong. I'm just slimming down too much, basically. But I think it's because of the heat. When it's hot, I don't feel like eating. I have to really force myself to eat, and that's not good. Do you know what I mean? It's just not good at all. But yeah, I will have something to eat shortly anyway. But yeah, guys, that's all I want to say. I ain't really been up to a lot, like I say today. I'm just gonna do some washing. That's the main thing. Have a shower later, and or in a bit even, depending on the time. And what else? Do the washing, have a shower. I've fed the cat, so I don't need to do that. So do the washing, have a shower, do the washing up. Then maybe do some IT work later, or read a bit of the Bible. Probably the Action Storybook Bible. I'm starting to read a chapter of that each day. The chapters are a fair size, but it's more a storybook than it is the actual Bible, so it just covers the stories in summary, basically. But it's a good book. I'm learning about the Old Testament, especially, and the New Testament. Really, I will be when I get to that part anyway. But at the moment, I'm learning about the Old Testament and giving me a summary of the stories of the Old Testament, so that's good. I know what to expect when I read the actual Bible. I've read the Bible in its entirety before, but to be honest, it was so long since I read the Old Testament, I can't remember it now. Probably would remember it as I was reading it. It'd come back to me, but like off the top of my head now, I can't remember it. So yeah. So yeah, it's giving me a good summary of the stories of the Bible, so that's good. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been up to. That's what I'm going to be up to. So yeah, that's it. Muscles are shrinking. I was feeling quite jacked up yesterday. I was feeling quite built, but now I've gone without food for a bit. I feel like I'm losing it again. I feel like I'm getting skinny again. But it's one of them. You don't always feel like eating when it's hot. It's one of them. That's the effect it has on me anyway. When it's a hot day, I don't feel like eating. Well, you just gotta kick yourself up the bum and eat, I suppose, even if you feel like it or not. But I don't know. But yeah, I've lost a bit of muscle again. Put it on, but I've lost it again. So yeah, it's not good. Want to keep up the muscle. Want to keep up the build. Try to anyway. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's all I want to say for now. Gonna do some washing shortly, eat, and then have a shower a bit later. So yeah, that's it. Maybe do some IT tonight. Maybe do a bit of Bible reading tonight. And that's gonna be my day for today, basically. I'm not going nowhere today. Can't be asked. So yeah, I got stuff I need to do around the place anyway. So that's why I'm not going out, basically. So yeah, that's it, guys. Probably go to social club again the weekend. Probably, most likely. I probably won't go again till then. So yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I want to say. Hope you all have a blessed rest of your day and a good rest of your day. So that's it. So take care, guys. God bless. Much love, and I'll be back soon. Take care, guys. Love you all. Thank you. Bye.